Marvel fans, apparently Sony really wants Keanu Reeves to be Kraven the Hunter. Willem DaFoe may well be Norman Osborn in the MCU for Kevin Feige. And apparently Tobey Maguire has officially signed on to be in Spider-Man 3 and will have multiple suits. What the what? This is so much Marvel news! Let's break it down. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Remember to smash that like button and check out the live streaming channel where we're talking about all of this crazy Marvel stuff. Earlier today was on with Paul from Heavy Spoilers. Always a great time talking with him about crazy rumors and things. So check out the live streaming channel for a whole bunch of awesome and different than this channel's content. Okay, so there's just a lot of crazy things going on with Marvel. I wanted to sort of put three different potential videos that we could be doing into one big video here and just give you updates, generally speaking, on what is going on. Okay, so there is first a story out there about how Sony Pictures has offered the role of Kraven the Hunter to Keanu Reeves officially. Now, this is coming from the Illuminati. It is an exclusive over there. The title of the article is Keanu Reeves formally offered the role of Kraven the Hunter in solo film. The article reads that they have received word that Sony has given an official offer to Hollywood megastar Keanu Reeves to star as Kraven the Hunter in his own solo film. The project is being referred to simply as Kraven at this time, according to our source. We were also given a description of the tone that the studio is shooting for. Our source described the tone of the movie as a mashup of Man on Fire and Logan. There is no final decision from either party yet, but the offer is currently out to Keanu Reeves. The Canadian superstar has been linked to a number of different roles in Marvel projects in the past, most notably the role of Mark Spector's Moon Knight. The new role puts him squarely as an anti-hero/villain in Marvel's Sony world, and should he sign on it, it would add another huge blockbuster role to his resume. Okay, so pretty crazy. Now, this actually was met with some skepticism and division within the fandom. A lot of fans really want Keanu Reeves to be Ghost Rider, okay? That seems to be a thing that has been talked about before and rumored because Keanu Reeves is so into motorcycles. Seems like it would be a really good fit. And also, Kraven the Hunter is sort of like this really just crazy bulked out, like, you know, Eastern European hunter dude. And although the John Wick character and some of, you know, the Russian characters that Keanu Reeves has played in the past, you know, are similar to Kraven, it's kind of a different vibe than you would normally think for something like Kraven the Hunter. But real quick, what's interesting about this is if they are indeed signing him for a solo project over with Sony, that might indicate that he is going to then appear in Spider-Man 3 because everybody that's ever been in a Marvel movie or that ever will be in a Marvel movie or that's ever been a Marvel character will be in Spider-Man 3. But seriously, though, he probably will be in Spider-Man 3. And it's already been indicated that Feige, for this third Spider-Man movie, really wanted Kraven the Hunter in there. Feige has also said in the past that he tries to recruit Keanu Reeves for every single project that Marvel does. He's a huge fan of Keanu, and he's been wanting to get him in Marvel for a long, long time. He may well have gotten that, but, you know, then signed him to be in a solo role for a different studio than him. Kind of tough, but, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the Norman Osborn rumors. Now, I've talked about this in other videos, including a Spider-Man video that we've recently done, breaking down how Tom Holland is lying about the Spider-Verse and that whole thing going on over at Sony. But regardless, there's a lot of indication that Norman Osborn will be in Spider-Man 3, but beyond that, new rumors coming from people like Daniel Richtman are indicating that Willem DaFoe will be the Norman Osborn for the MCU, and that moving forward with Marvel movies, he will play a significant role. Now, the reason this is so important is because Marvel Studios, for the past several years, has had plans to put Norman Osborn into the MCU, and they have been in a weird battle with Sony trying to get the rights to do just that. In fact, a lot of people believe that the benefactor character that is introduced in Ant-Man and the Wasp, that sort of has a surrogate person that's trying to buy the PIM technology, yeah, that benefactor character is likely Norman Osborn. And other insiders like Charles Murphy have indicated that Marvel's plan for the Norman Osborn character was to set him up as the benefactor in a shadow role, and then if they got Norman, they'd plug Norman into that role. But if they couldn't get Norman from Sony, they would have plugged in somebody like a Justin Hammer or another character that Marvel has full access to. It's just something that Feige does, understanding how these things work and how the contracts can go, north or south really quickly, and he's just playing with the pieces, doing what he does. Now, again, some people are kind of bummed about this. They're like, I want to see a new, Norman Osborn, or I don't want that Norman Osborn, or whatever. Real quick, too, as an aside here, it's very likely that Nick Cage will be the Ghost Rider for the MCU, which is why Keanu Reeves is not getting that role, okay? So if you're starting to pay attention here to what Feige's master plan might actually be, it can show you the probability of some of the rumors that we're hearing about actually coming true. People wanted Keanu as Ghost Rider. Why is that not happening? I would venture to say something to do with Nick Cage actually coming back and doing the role. Now, this isn't always going to happen, as the obvious exception is Mahershala Ali being Blade. Obviously, they did not bring Wesley Snipes back, but Wesley Snipes had indicated that he had discussions with Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios was open about how they talked with Wesley Snipes, and it's possible that even the Wesley Snipes Blade could still appear in the MCU in some way with the multiverse, but let's not get too crazy. Almost every single Marvel video that we do now, Chet, is almost too crazy. If I just ramble, we just lose everybody, and it just gets too dang ridiculous! Anyway, last story coming at you. This was already touched on in the Spider-Man video that we have recently done too, but wanted to kind of further explain what we think is going on here. Tobey Maguire apparently has signed officially to be in Spider-Man 3 and will be reprising the role of Peter Parker in Spider-Man, and it is being indicated that he's going to have multiple suits. Now, that's coming from Daniel Richtman. Again, very reliable insider. It's a rumor-ish, though. I don't know if it's totally true, but I tend to believe the things that Daniel reports. So what does this mean? It's fantastic news. It means they figured it out. Tobey's totally going to be in the movie. Andrew's going to be in the movie. Spider-Verse is coming. Despite that dirty liar, Tom Holland, we're totally going to get that film. It's going to be insane. But beyond that, Tobey Maguire having alternate suits, having variety when it comes to his armory. And so I think it's sort of going to mirror what we see in Into the Spider-Verse with that Spider-Man that has the Batcave with all the different spider suit. I'm hoping that's what we see, man. An extended Batman Beyond type Spider-Man with Tobey being super adept, kind of almost Tony Stark-like, you know what I mean? Which would be kind of cool. But that is some pretty cool stuff, pretty exciting to me. So that's what that rumor is indicating. It's great news because it means the band is officially back together, even though they were technically never together. That's a bad metaphor. The movie's happening. Spider-Verse is happening. Tobey is signed, and he's going to have multiple suits. Could mean some crazy things. Maybe we'll do a full speculation theory video on that. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. For now, your crazy updates about all the things going on with Marvel. Stay subscribed to this channel. Stay subscribed to the live channel. Make sure you're checking it out so that you stay up to date on all of these things that are happening. We have some big plans coming for the Den of Nerds in 2021. Wow, wee-wah. Do we have some big plans? So stay tuned for that as well. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.